Two of the top sides and not much between them. Venezia testing Como almost to breaking point just at the moment. Boys, we need to wake up and quick.
A couple of things in this life you can't really say no to. And when Como call and say, we've got Venice this weekend, it's the Serie B promotion 6-pointer. Do you want to come? You kind of got to go.
Actually, no, sorry, I'm getting way too far ahead of myself here. Let's just back up for 1 second. Como 1907 are a football team based in, unsurprisingly, Como. Part of the Lombardy region of northern Italy, the lake from which the town takes its name is famed for being unarguably one of the most beautiful places in all of Europe. Como, by extension, have one of the most stunning stadiums in the entire world. The Stadio Giuseppe Sinigallia sits just off the lake itself, nestled snugly in the bosom of the Alps. But while things have always been postcard perfect around the stadium, within it is an entirely different story. Part of Serie A in 2003, liquidation followed relegation and they were in Italy's 4th tier just a few short years later. In the almost 20 years since, there's been bankruptcy, controversy, and as recently as 2018, Como 1907 was still a non-league side. That, though, feels like a very long time ago. In 2019, the club was acquired by Indonesian company 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏 Group and appointed Dennis Wise, yes, that Dennis Wise, as its president. Since then, they have worked their way back out of the mire of the Italian lower leagues, re-energised a fan base that previous administrations had put through La Soneria, and now, this season, sit on the very cusp of an improbable return to Serie A. Thanks, in part, to someone you might be familiar with.
I'll clip this to you somewhere, Mr. Fabregas.
Yep.
What do we think? Here?
Whatever you want. I'm very excited about what's happening. I don't like to think too much ahead, but enjoying the moment and learning a lot. Yeah, on the pitch as well, that everyone plays against Como and they know what they are facing, and yeah, just the objective is to create a machine on the pitch and off the pitch as well. You keep asking me about pressure. I mean, I don't know. It's 2 times you mention it. Pressure is part of life. It's part of the game. If you cannot deal with pressure, then you.
Joining the club in 2022 for the final year of his playing career, less than 12 months later, Fabregas had taken charge of their youth teams. But then, in November 2023, following the departure of Moreno Longo, Fabregas stepped up to the senior side for his first job in management. The only problem, that he'd yet to complete all the requisite UEFA coaching licenses and wouldn't be allowed to stay on full-time. Enter this man, Osian 𝗘𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Fabregas' old pal Patrick Vieira, and most recently the technical director of both the Welsh and Moroccan FAs, he was brought in to take formal charge of the club as caretaker manager, with Cesc moving in below him as his assistant. Since then, the club has steadily climbed the table in Serie B and sit on the cusp of an improbable return to Italy's top flight. It's something that just a few short years ago, these fans who have today packed out the ground's main stand for an open training session could have only dreamed of. Which brings us to why we're here.
Well, of course, this season we're trying to make that jump from being a mid-table team, you would say, last couple of seasons, into a team that's competing at the top of the league. We're managing to do that at the moment. This week is a big week for us, a 3-game week. We've picked up 4 points already, played Parma, played the local derby away from home, and now a big game against Venezia, who are 2 points ahead of us. So, you know, it's a big week for us. But, you know, the players are embracing that. They're embracing the pressure, the expectation, if you like. And I'd rather that it's that way than, you know, that we're all, you know, happy to be, or, you know, competing in a sort of mid-table type of place. So yeah, we're ambitious, and it's clear that the owners want to get promoted into Serie A. That's why we're all here, you know, and that challenge is what drives us every day. We've been very good in between the two boxes for a number of weeks. Can we take our chances? can we be ruthless enough? And at the same time, you know, they're very dangerous on crosses. You know, they get numbers in the box, so we've got to make sure we take care of that. But, you know, obviously, of course, how we play will be important in between both boxes, but ultimately it'll probably come down to that again.
Confident?
Yeah, we are, of course.
It is Sunday, March the 3rd, and the weather in Como is verging on the biblical. The picturesque, sun-drenched lakeside has now spent over 24 hours draped in grey clouds and drenched in rain. It's the last thing you'd want as a tourist, but for one of the biggest matches in a football club's recent history, it's about as cinematic as you could ever hope for. Serie B offers 2 automatic promotion places, and with Parma pulling well clear in first, that leaves us with a 5-team dogfight to go up with them. Como today are 4th, but separated by just 2 points to their opponents Venezia, who currently occupy the remaining automatic promotion spot. It isn't classic YouTube hyperbole to say that games rarely get as significant as this one, and when you combine that with the literal storm front in the air, you just know that something special could happen. And so it begins. Como are on the back foot and struggling with Venezia's possession play until late in the first half, a breakaway move sees 𝗬𝗫𝗏𝗏 slip his marker.
3 arrive in the box. 𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏 greatly. Verdi! Goal! 𝗬𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏 is credited with it. Como go in front against Venezia.
But it's a lead that lasts all of 90 seconds because, well, he did call it.
They're very dangerous on crosses. You know, they get numbers in the box, so we've got to make sure we take care of that.
Zampano. There he is. Oh, he took only a minute to level it. What a header from Paiampolo. It's 1-1. No sooner said than done.
We end the half 1-1. For Como, the second period is as ugly as the weather. Venezia come close, Venezia come closer still, and as the game rolls into injury time, they are hanging on for dear life. But that is not how great stories end.
Urbine crosses. Cutrone! What a goal! What a moment! Patrick Cutrone! Como on their way to a precious victory, a famous victory. And what a way to get there!
That's how great stories end.
It looks like there was a VAR check, but it looks like the game is finished. And Como look like they've won it. Como look like they could be going up.
As with almost all singular games of league football, nothing was settled here. Como still, even as we publish this video, have a ways to go before that promotion dream becomes a reality. But this game, today, meant more than just a vital 3 points. Across the stands, in the bars and throughout the town, it was yet more confirmation to this fan base that years of uncertainty over this club's very existence are over. The pedigree in the dugout, the experience on the touchline, the ambition in the boardroom, all of it is pushing this club forwards and finally matching a passion in the stands that was tested, sure, but never faltered. Football gets called the beautiful game for a reason. And now, in Como, finally, its club has both a story and a future that's every bit as bellissimo as the town that it calls home. Even in this weather.